Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now OnePlus just launched a brand new Nord 3. I've got it right here and I've been using it for the past few days now. So in today's video, let's find out what a Nord 3 is all about. It does come with a couple of new upgrades compared to the previous Nord 2T. So it's definitely a very solid mid-ranger that you might want to consider if you are in the market looking for one. So let's start off today's video by checking out the design. Now in terms of the design, my colorway right here is actually called the Misty Green. I do like this shade of green. It's my kind of color. It's not too shouty, not very saturated, just a very sort of like faded kind of green here. And I think that's great about the Nord 3. Now other than that, just in terms of the design, we do get a couple of sensors, camera cutouts at the back that doesn't protrude that much, which is great as well. Onto the frame, this is actually a metallic kind of frame, very solid. On the left, you do have your volume rocker, and on the right, you have your power button. But much more important is that we do have that alert slider that's on the top right corner. I know a lot of you guys like that, so it is still here on the OnePlus Nord 3. Now moving on to the top of the frame, this is where you can actually find we have an IR blaster. So in case you want to control your TV or air conditioner and all that using a phone, you can do that with the Nord 3. And moving down to the bottom, this is where we do get a Type-C port. You also get dual stereo speakers that do get quite loud, and of course the SIM card tray. So that's just in terms of the design. Now it's also worth mentioning that, just at the back here, this is actually made of glass and it's Gorilla Glass 5, so it should be somewhat protected against scratches. Just in case you don't want to use a case, you can put it on your desk and it shouldn't scratch up that easily nor crack. Other than that, yes, one more thing here is that this device is IP54 rated. That means that it is protected from sprays of water as well as dust, but you will not be able to put it underwater. It's just some basic protection, and I think that's still great as well that you can find on the Nord 3. So that wraps up the design. Now moving on, what else is new here? Well, I would say that my most favorite feature that has been upgraded is actually in terms of the display. Now on the previous Nord phones, we always get 90 Hz refresh rates, but finally on here we do get a 120 Hz display, so it's way more smoother than before. Of course, it is also running on an AMOLED display. That means that the colors is going to be very saturated, great contrast levels, great viewing angles as well. And the cool thing here is that the peak brightness is actually super high, and that means that if you are outdoors most of the time, you will be able to see the display without any issues. Other than that, just in case you watch a lot of Netflix or Amazon Prime Video, it's worth mentioning that this display here will be able to show the HDR, so yeah, it's great for watching videos as well. Now moving on, what else is new here? I think we should talk about the cameras at the back, because we do get a pretty impressive set of sensors. Now we do get that Sony IMX890 50 megapixel main camera that also comes with OIS. If I were to be honest, these pictures coming out from the Nord 3 is actually one of the best from any OnePlus phone to date, so it's actually a very strong performer. Other than that, the OIS on board is also super helpful in ensuring that most of the shots are stable without any sort of motion blur in between. Now you will be happy to know that the main sensor also supports 4K at 60 FPS video recording, so in case you take a lot of videos, you can get them in high resolution. Now other than that, you also get an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro lens. So that's what you can expect in terms of the camera systems on the OnePlus Nord 3. Moving on, another huge improvement that we are also seeing here compared to the Nord 2T is actually in terms of the processor, the RAM and all that. So this time around, it is running on a 4 nanometer Dimensity 9000 processor that is actually very powerful. It is significantly more powerful than the Nord 2T's Dimensity 1300, and I do want to highlight the RAM here because this is actually a high performance RAM. We are getting 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM, guys, and according to OnePlus, it is able to run around 40 apps in the background, and at the end of the day, you will be able to get a smoother experience while using your device. In terms of storage, we get 256 GB of UFS 3.1, and again, fast storage here means that transferring files from your phone or to your phone is going to be way quicker than a lower UFS storage. Alright, in terms of the software, what kind of software are you getting? Well, it boots Oxygen OS 13, which is based off Android 13. And the good news here is that OnePlus is promising up to 3 years of major Android upgrades and 4 years of security updates. So you will, rest assured, be able to use your device for at least 3 to 4 years more, which I think is great as well for this mid-range phone. Now moving on to the battery side of things, we do get a 5000 mAh battery in here, and you do get an 80-watt Super VOOC charger in the box that is capable of charging the phone from 1 to 100% in just 31 minutes. So again, very fast charging here. Last but not least, before we go, it's worth also mentioning that we do get the X-axis haptics in here. So if you are just typing on your phone or you are playing some games, supported games will give you those very crisp, short kind of haptics or vibrations, that is just going to make the entire experience even better. Alright, so that pretty much sums up our quick look at the OnePlus Nord 3. Again, a lot of huge improvements compared to last year's OnePlus Nord 2T, and I think this is definitely one of the most solid mid-range devices that you can get in the market today. Alright, so that's done with the phone. Moving on, OnePlus also launched very quickly their OnePlus Nord Buds 2R. Now this is actually a budget sort of like earbuds that you can actually purchase. It does come with a couple of cool features as well. I think most importantly, it does come with a dual mic system. That means that if you are making calls on your phone and let's say you're driving a lot of the time and you have your earbuds in, you can actually answer those calls with good audio quality. Other than that, if you are just on the streets, it also has proper wind cancellation, so it should make your calls just a bit more clearer. Other than that, it also comes with even better bass compared to the previous model. So if you're going to be listening to all your favorite music, you can actually pump up the bass and you can actually tune that using software that you can have directly from your OnePlus device. Now speaking about software, when you boot the earbuds up for the first time, it will be able to connect directly to your phone. A small pop-up will appear on the OnePlus Nord 3 and you can connect it seamlessly, very easily. Other than that, in terms of battery life, the earbuds themselves will be able to last up to 8 hours on a single charge, but with the case, you can go even further than that. I think it's slightly more than 30 hours. I think 38 hours if I'm not mistaken. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. A very quick look at the new phone and the new earbuds from OnePlus. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about these devices, and don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye bye.